You're listening to 13 Questions on Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare. I'm Terry Stevens. Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare is a 3-hour metal show that you can hear every single Saturday night from 9 until midnight Central Standard Time on Rock 94.7, 102.9 FM in Central Wisconsin, and also worldwide online at rock947.com. And now, more of our 13 Questions interview with Mike Scaccia of Ministry and Rigor Mortis. Mike, back in the day, you started Rigor Mortis, one of the first metal bands in Texas. I remember buying your cassette from a skateboarding shop and being blown away by it. So, now, what was it like trying to support that scene in the heart of 1980s Texas?
It was really, really crazy. You know, that was a great time to be in a band back then because you could actually get money from record companies. And whether they did anything or not, at least you still got, some money out of them. But it was really crazy because, we came up from this time where glam music was pretty much what was going on. It was like pop music, right? And and it was really, a lot of it was really bad and overproduced and overprocessed, and we hated it. So our whole deal was to destroy it. We didn't want anything to do with it. We wanted to play our music heavier and faster, and we didn't care how. So punk rock was very appealing to us. So we hung out and played at all the punk clubs. Well, they didn't like us because we had hair down to our asses, and we were basically metalheads, But this crossover thing started happening, and when that started happening, more people started coming to our shows. Of course, there were more fights. Things got really intense, and we would open up for Suicidal Tendencies or Slayer, or we would open up for a lot of these bands that would come through, and so the scene was really young and really open, at that time. And we were a very young, aggressive band that really didn't know what we were doing. But we knew what we were doing was original. We were about speed. We were about wanting to really play fast. We didn't care if we were the fastest. We just wanted to play real fast. And it wasn't about ballads and Hairspray. It was about drinking and breaking and having fun, and aggression. And of course we were into horror movies, so a lot, that was our theme. What we wrote about was horror movies, which we still do. We were definitely an original thing that happened then, and that's really why we got signed. The unfortunate thing was the labels didn't know what to do with us. We were uncontrollable. We couldn't take direction because you couldn't tell us what to do, and that might have hurt us a little bit. But I really don't have many regrets for back then, and the main reason why I don't is because we're doing a new record right now. I'm actually out. We're actually all out in El Paso recording a new record. So it's coming really cool.
Is Al working with you? Is he producing that record with you?
Yes, he is.
Now, what sort of influence is he having upon the Rigor Mortis sound?
He's pretty much letting us, do our thing. He's just, I have some particular songs that I will need his magic on, but the sound is, we're hoping to be. We're hoping to get the sound we wanted off our last 3 records. We want this one, what we've been searching for, which has been a problem in past because we could never have the right engineer, and so I think we have that now. And so the recordings are coming along fantastic.
Excellent.
And I don't know why we did it, but for some reason last night we played a show at 11:30. So that was just weird. That we just took off from our recording, went and played the show, and came back and recorded. So I don't think age is going to play a factor in what we're doing right now.
Well, you got to test drive some of that stuff live too, right?
We played a couple of the new ones, and this record is different from any past ones that we've done because it's not just a speed metal record. It touches on some thrash stuff. It touches on some kind of really old school, like Maiden sounding stuff. It even has a couple of slow songs on it. Not like ballads, but like some really eerie, slow, just like almost war pig sounding stuff, I guess it's okay if I say stoner rock. That's what it reminded me of yesterday when I was tracking it. But I'm real excited for this record to come out just for that reason, because we really are fans of music, and we don't. I don't like the fact that every song a band does there's something that every song sounds the same, or stuff like that. I like records that are mixed up. I think this record's going to have all that, and there's definitely going to be something in there to like for everybody, I think.
Now, so far, Ministry has a small number of tour dates planned, the closest to our neck of the woods being in Chicago in late June. Now, do you guys have any further tour plans with Ministry, and will we see a Rigor Mortis tour on a wider scale?
You will definitely see Rigor Mortis touring quite a bit when the Ministry stuff's done for the year. Unfortunately, this leg of the Ministry tour, we're only hitting 4 cities, as I'm sure you're aware of. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we're doing the mass market in Europe. Now, there is talk of us doing a second leg of the States the following summer. We will be pushing this record for a while. It's definitely a record that we really believe in, and we're very happy with it, man. So there's talk. There's not really much I could tell you because nothing's confirmed. I think you can count on us definitely doing a U.S. tour in the future.
You're listening to 13 Questions on Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare. I'm Terry Stevens. Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare is a 3-hour metal show that you can hear every single Saturday night from 9 until midnight Central Standard Time on Rock 94.7, 102.9 FM in Central Wisconsin, and also worldwide online at rock947.com. And now, more of our 13 Questions interview with Mike Scaccia of Ministry and Rigor Mortis. Now, Mike, one of your Rigor Mortis bandmates, Casey Orr, he's joined Ministry as a bass player. Prior to that, though, he played the role of Beefcake the Mighty in GWAR. My question for you is, what is the freakiest sex act you've ever seen committed while wearing the Beefcake suit?
That of him committing?
Yes.
I've seen him pick up a couple of pretty doggy girls a few times, but other than that, I try and stay away from that thing because that thing stinks pretty bad, man.
I had to ask. Inquiring minds want to know if the Beefcake the Mighty suit from GWAR can actually get you laid.
I scratched my head for years on that thing, just because, not because I'm not a fan, but because could you imagine having to wear that thing every night, the amount of sweat, that goes into that thing, and then having to put it on. They don't have extra costumes, so they wear the same one, like night after night,
It just sounds foul. It seems as though it would animate itself after a while. The bacteria and whatnot would just take it over.
Oh, my God. Yeah, right? I would be worried about some weird skin disease or something, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's inventing new ones on his flesh every time he puts it on.
You know what? I can say that he was very proud, to wear that, man. That's him, that really is. That was a perfect gig for him,
Now, Mike, being a veteran of the music biz, what advice would you give a musician just getting started today?
On a positive note here, I would say watch your back. Don't trust a lot of people, and to really watch out. Watch your money. A lot of people, when I got into business in the early days of the mid '80s, my parents, of course, were like, "You need to watch your money. You need to watch this guy. Do you know this guy? Why is he, handling your money?" "Oh, don't worry about it. It's okay." Because I didn't, I thought all that stuff I read about, bands getting ripped off, that was all in the 60s and 70s, and I had a lot of money stolen from me over the years. So, a lot of people also tend to forget that that's how we make our money. We play our music and we tour and we write and stuff. And, so I would say just be cautious on who you get to run your business, and overlook it. That would be my first thing I would warn people to watch out for.
Now, Mike, my next question. Ministry has released a slew of cover tunes over the past couple of years. Is there a cover that you think Ministry ought to do, but it just hasn't happened yet?
That's a great question, man. It really is. I've really covered the ones that I wanted to do with them. Was it last year? I would have to think on that, man, right now, because we've covered like 3 Black Sabbath songs. I don't think we can cover any more of those. We recovered Stone. We recorded Stones. I would really have to think on that, because we've covered quite a few ground.
Maybe you can talk Al into covering rigor mortis songs.
Actually, the first thing we did when me and Casey came out to record on the Ministry record was we recorded the rigor mortis song "Dying Pain" for Al to sing, and he actually laid the vocals down a couple of days ago.
Oh, so, nice.
It's not going to be on our record. I don't think it's going to be a Ministry release, but we're going to do something with it. It's going to be some sort of single or something. B-side, I don't know. We'll see. But it turned out pretty cool.
Okay, Mike, I've got one final question for you. Is there a question that you wish someone would ask you in an interview, but no one ever does?
Nobody's never asked me that before. I get asked. The questions I get asked are fine. I don't really. People are pretty well behaved on how they talk to me and ask me questions. I don't. My private life is left out, and I respect that. I do like to talk a lot about guitars, so probably more questions on guitars would be cool. But I understand that's certain type.
Well, it's your interview, too, so I'm going to go ahead and ask, what guitar are you playing these days?
Quite a few. My number one is a Les Paul 1957 Gold Top, and that is my main guitar. And I just got a custom Flying V made that is pretty smoking, too. But those are the ones that are hard for me to put down right now.
Well, we do have quite a few local musicians who listen to the show, and I'm sure that they're all drooling right now. So again, this question served a purpose, man. You did right. You did right by him.
Cool.
That's Mike Scaccia of Ministry and Rigor Mortis. Ministry has a brand new album due out March 30th. Rigor Mortis' new album due out eventually. We're certainly going to check that out when it drops. Mike, big fan. Thank you so much for taking time to talk to us tonight on Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare.
I appreciate it, Terry, man. Thank you, man.
And as always, thank you for listening to 13 Questions with Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare. I'm Terry Stevens. Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare is a 3-hour metal show that you can catch every single Saturday night between 9 p.m. and midnight Central Standard Time on Rock 94.7, also 102.9 in Central Wisconsin, and worldwide online at rock947.com. Look up Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare on Facebook. Give it a like if you get a chance. I'm also on Twitter. It's @TerryRock947. Thanks again for listening.